name is John Slattery. I come from originally Ashland, Massachusetts. I go by Jack. And I served in Peace Corps in India for 5 years, 3 years as a volunteer and 2 years on staff in southern India. And I worked in raising chickens, starting poultry units all the way up to bringing in purebred stock so that the government could independently maintain their own flocks and stock and be able to get higher egg production up for the farmers. Did food production, or it was during the time of the Green Revolution, so helped to introduce, through training Peace Corps volunteers, to get high-yielding varieties going.
I'm Richard McCurr. I was in India from 1966 to 1968, and I was in Raichur district growing corn and sorghum. Raichur district is in central India near the Tungabhadra Dam. The memory from back then is that anytime anybody from Bangalore, our central city, showed up at my place, I was missing. I traveled endlessly, including spending more time than I probably should have skiing up in the Himalayas, which was absolutely wonderful. Wow. So that was my big takeaway from India. I actually won the first national championships in India of skiing back in 1967. We were skiing with a group of Indian Army people right on the Pakistani ceasefire line. So up at about 10 or 11,000 feet of elevation. It was great adventure.
My name is Gordon Korstange. I was in India from 1969 to 1971 in Tamil Nadu in the town of Cuddalore. I would say that my first experience was that I asked her, I was at a training school training teachers, and nothing much happened in that little town. And so I would take off and go to a nearby city, which was only about 45 minutes away. So I was always asking, is there anything interesting going on? And I always got the answer no. So one weekend I asked the usual question, and they said, no, it's just another weekend. And so I took off, and when I came back, it turned out that right near my school, they had fire walking. A big festival with people doing fire walking and everything, and I thought, I missed that one. It was years, I never got to see fire walking until much later.
My name is Jean Korstange. I was India Peace Corps in Tamil Nadu from 1970 to 72. And I was posted in Cuddalore at a women's basic training school to assist in teaching teacher trainees how to teach English as a second language. One of my memories, I have two actually, I had to live at the training school in a room that was attached to the room. At that time they still did the Gandhian program, where all the girls had to learn to spin and weave, and they did art. So I was next to the art room, and the girls would always, there were about 100-some girls, they would always have to come out in the night to use the bathroom, and they'd get one bathroom time out of the hostel and come over, go behind my house, come back, and they would always stop and see me. And one night the girls came and they were crying and they were all upset. Miss, it's a terrible thing over at the basic training school. So I went over there, and as I walked in, girls were fainting right and left. And one young woman took me and explained to me that the warden had discovered, yes, indeed, there was a girl who was writing letters to her boyfriend and having them smuggled out through the elementary kids. And everyone was in tears and in distress. And I saw one of those things, you know, where, what do they call that, where one person throws up or faints, and it's like 3, 5, 10 people just one after the other. So I had this quite incredible experience that I will never forget. The young girl had, when the warden found, she was hiding it in a book and writing to the boy, and so the warden said, "Give me that paper," and the girl didn't do it, and that's why everybody fainted, because she had defied the warden of the hostel.